If Jesus came down and was the vote counter, I would win California.
On the insanity level from 1 to 10, where do you think Trump is?
The late great Hannibal Lecter.
11, 12, 13, how high can I go?
You take a look at bacon and some of these products, and some people don't eat bacon anymore. And we are going to get the energy prices down. When we get energy down, you know, this was caused by their horrible energy wind. They want wind all over the place.
I'm not sure how far Tiny Finger's cognitive decline can continue to slide, but the country, and especially the Republicans, should be worried. Why Republicans?
I say this to my Republican colleagues who are defending the indefensible. There will come a day when Donald Trump is gone, but your dishonor will remain.
Because Republicans, to steal a line from Hamilton, history has its eyes on you.
Whoever heard you get indicted for interfering with a presidential election where you have every right to do it? You get indicted and your poll numbers go up. When people get indicted, your poll numbers go down.
Of course that's dangerous, and even more frightening is A, he's saying it out loud, and B, putzes like this Mark Levin mope challenge nothing. What's wrong with this party? Trump didn't just interfere, he sent a mob, and the immediate GOP reaction was right on.
Last week's violent attack on the Capitol was undemocratic, un-American, and criminal.
And we're here. We saw what happened. It was a violent insurrection.
But then this.
You know, if you didn't know the TV footage was a video from January the 6th, you would actually think it was a normal tourist visit.
And now here's where we are.
Lies about January 6th, which have been relentless, have enabled some of the most unscrupulous people in our country to make a mockery of our Bill of Rights and to steal our core freedom.
This ain't rocket science. Trump sent a mob to the Capitol to kill Nancy Pelosi and hang Mike Pence.
I'm telling you, if Pence caved, we're going to drag through the streets.
Again, there were more than 60 court rulings saying the election was fair. But Trump and Vance and the rest of these humps are already saying if they lose this time, it's rigged. Who talks like that, other than 7-year-olds?
Kamala, who they say has many deficiencies, but she's a nasty person. The way she treated Mike Pence was horrible.
Dude, that is so rich. Did Kamala Harris attack Pence for certifying the election? And if Harris was unfair to Pence, what was Trump?
What did he ask you? What did he say to you when he came on the line?
I picked up the phone and the president asked me where I was on the electoral count that would take place that day. And I told him, despite what you issued last night from your campaign, Mr. President, you know, I've been very clear that I don't have the authority to reject votes during the electoral count or return those votes to the states. And it went downhill from there.
Trump's interview with Mark Levin is a two-sided coin. While Levin, a huge suck-up, never once challenged Diaper Don's verbal diarrhea, it also allowed the world to once again see Trump in full panic mode. Biden's age made him vulnerable, but now he's gone, and Trump has no idea how to deal with Harris. Every attack on her, whether her race...
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Or the fact that she's a woman.
They said, no, her biggest advantage is that she's a beautiful woman. I'm going, huh. I never thought of that. I'm better looking than she is.
All these attacks have the opposite effect. It's a masterclass in irony. Trump attacks her and independents go, oh yeah, I forgot how fucking crazy this guy is.
Women living in the suburbs, I keep hearing about the suburban woman doesn't like Trump. Well, I think it's a fake poll, because why would they like me? I keep the suburbs safe.
And while Trump flip-flops on abortion and IVF, female voters see right through it. And those who weren't already convinced that Trump is a threat not just to their reproductive rights, but to their very lives, now clearly see Tiny Fingers and the evangelical right are prepared to slam dunk every right women have fought for decades to achieve.
He signs an executive order removing abortion records from HIPAA privacy regulations and announces a new federal data sharing program so states can monitor women's periods.
Remember when Trump threatened Hillary?
Hillary wants to essentially abolish the Second Amendment. By the way, and if she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know.
Well, his attacks on Harris via Fox News and their talking stool samples.
She's going to get paralyzed in the Situation Room while the generals have their way with her.
Offer independents and Republicans a second thought about what Trump will do if he ever again gets power.
We have the enemy outside, which would be the very standard countries, and we have the enemy from within. We have some very sick people from within. I think that the people that go around indicting their political opponent, especially when their political opponent didn't want to do it to them, I could have done it so easy.
Yeah, but no, you pustulant skin tag. She did nothing wrong. 3 times, Republicans with full control of Congress could have indicted Hillary, and they didn't. Whitewater, Benghazi, and these emails.
Russia, if you're listening.
There was nothing there. And when Trump talks about it, the insanity again sticks his head out and goes, ah!
Now this is the United States. When it came to Hillary, you remember, they subpoenaed her stuff, and she bleach pit. That's where it's basically acid.
Let me ask you a question. How can you be this stupid and still manage to get your clothes on? What is more insane? That Trump says an email deletion program is an acid because the name sounds acidic? Or that even years after people explaining there is no acid, he keeps saying it publicly? His brain is fried.
It's not a tax on the middle class, it's a tax on another country. If you look at McKinley, who was actually a great president, he made the country rich. It's probably the richest we ever were, relatively. But he taxed countries for coming in and taking our jobs, for bringing us their product, for taking away our factories because they would make it and come in. And he taxed them. It was called a tariff. And it's not a tax on people.
Trump keeps talking about hitting China with tariffs, while every college student who's taken Econ 101 knows what will happen next. We raise tariffs, China enacts their own tariffs. American companies selling Chinese products lose revenue. Prices go up, inflation and unemployment go up, and you get stagflation. It happened in the 70s during the oil crisis. Remember, this is a guy with 6 bankruptcies, including bankrupting a casino. You know how hard it is to bankrupt a casino?
The American people, I think a lot of them want to know, how do you come by your decisions and how do you manage in the Oval Office?
Well, I think that I learned, like I talked about the truckers, I learned about trucks, and by talking to them, in 5 minutes, I knew as much as I'm going to have to know to make decisions that are going to be earth-shattering for transportation, for moving cargo and moving a lot of other things. I learned from having interaction. Some politicians don't have interaction. Some politicians aren't smart. They can't have interactions.
Oof, Trump learned everything he needed to know about the trucking industry in 5 minutes? What? There are 168 million trucks in the U.S., transporting everything from oranges to spent nuclear fuel rods. And Trump has not only consistently opposed infrastructure repairs, but Project 2025 will dismantle the Department of Transportation and allow the states to handle trucks carrying things like nuclear fuel through your neighborhoods. And that's your guy? He's unable to finish a thought, and that's not going to get better, people. Trump knows he's headed for an historic loss, and his brain is melting down. The upcoming debate, if Trump can find his way there, will further expose his huge cognitive deterioration. But I'll say this, he doesn't have to worry about a worm eating his brain, because, baby, that ship has sailed.
I'm ready, let's go.
Damn right.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
Trust me.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Who's with me? Oh, yeah, the lie.
Indictable.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes!
Tick-tock!
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.